Hello, Freedom Family. I'm Mark, and I'm so glad you're here at _Freedom for Life _ where we have real conversations that are sometimes challenging, sometimes hard, sometimes victorious, and sometimes glorious, but always honest and always authentic as we continue to walk in our freedom journey. Have you ever heard this old phrase? It's no pain, no gain. A lot of people know how to say it, but not very many people know how to live it. But today, I'm going to give you the secret of how to live it out in your life. So why don't you stick around and we'll do it. And as we're getting started today, could you do me a favor? You've already been on our videos, you're already watching our content. Become part of the Freedom Family by subscribing and hit the notification bell so you're part of every conversation that we're having. There's this great phrase, right? You hear it in the gym and you hear it in places where people are just trying to achieve stuff. It's no pain, no gain. But have you ever been there? No, I'm not talking about the gym, but really those awkward situations of our life. Have you ever been that place where you wanted to, or you had to have a hard, honest conversation with somebody that you knew wasn't going to go well, or you thought it wasn't? Those people that you were going to run into, those circumstances you're going to have to walk through, the things you're going to have to do that just aren't going to be comfortable, those honest conversations that you're going to need to have with somebody, where you're going to have to confess, you're going to have to tell something, you're going to have to enter into some territory that is super uncomfortable and awkward. Have you ever been there? I know I have. And in that place, if you're like me, a lot of times we avoid it. No pain, no gain, right? Well, a lot of times I don't really care about the gain. I just want to avoid the pain. Have you ever been there? The problem is that you can't grow there, and you can't develop there, and you can't have great relationships there, and you can't have success there, and you can't really become the person you're created to be there when you're avoiding the pain. You avoid the gain. So how do you do it? How do you have those awkward circumstances turn to your benefit so that you can grow from them, so that you can be more of who you're created to be, so that you can stop hiding from the person you are, so that the lies win? Well, there's two things I would tell you, and these are two nuggets I want you to take away. Two things I want you to tattoo on your brain and use in your life. Here's the first one. When you are having to walk into an awkward circumstance, an uncomfortable conversation, a time of vulnerability, the first thing I want you to do is to ask yourself this question. It's the life mastery question. It's this freedom question we have. The question is this: who am I? Because a lot of times we fixate on a situation and an uncomfortable circumstance, or something that we have to do that we really don't want to, and it becomes bigger than it should be because we allow it to identify us, right? We have an expectation of failure or awkwardness or uncomfortability or a bad result when we're walking into it. But here's the truth: whether it's the most amazing outcome you'd ever wanted it to be, or it's the worst outcome you ever wanted it to be, neither one of them is a reflection on who you are. At the end of the day, if I walk from the place of who I am, who I'm created to be, then my circumstance doesn't get to dictate that. And in that place, I can be confident, not that the situation will turn out one way versus another, because sometimes that's not on me, but that as I walk through it, I will authentically be who I'm created to be. You're not called, you're not created, there's no demand on your life that you make every circumstance turn out great. But you're invited to be exactly who you are in every circumstance, because at the end of the day, that's not only the thing I can control, but that's a victory I can take out of every situation I'm in. So the very first thing when you have that painful situation coming up that you want to walk through, that you have to walk through, that you are commanded to walk through, whatever it is. So the first one is, who am I, right? It's the identity question. Who are you created to be? Who is that person being lived out right here? Who am I? The identity question. The second one is this: how can I grow in this? Here's the interesting thing, as you already know through other conversations we've had, you can work on one thing at a time. You can focus on one thought at a time. It's either the situation or it's the benefit. It's either the situation or it's the benefit. It's either the situation or the benefit. You can't focus, you can't think of more than one thing at a time. So what if you actually chose the thing that you thought about? You didn't allow your mind to wander or to go off the rails or to just really kind of walk towards a path that you don't want it to. What if you took the initiative in your thought life and you said this, okay, well, what benefit am I going to get from this awkward conversation, this confession I need to make, this relational encounter I need to have, this thing I need to walk through? When I walk into it already seeing a benefit in me from it, I'm more willing and more likely to walk into it and see the outcome that I desire. Come to find out, the things that I think about come about in my life more often than not. So if I'm thinking it's going to be a disaster, likelihood is it probably will. If I'm thinking that it's going to have a benefit, whatever hardness comes along with it, then I'll find a benefit in it as well. You are actually the master of your thought life. You can walk through it and say this: how am I going to grow in this situation? What's the benefit I'm going to gain in this situation? This is kind of a theme we've had over a lot of our conversations recently, because I believe this through our life mastery journey and the things we're teaching you. You have the ability to grow yourself into who you're created to be. You're not stuck where you're at. You're not stuck in situations. You don't always have to have awkward. You don't always have to have anxiousness. You don't always have to have insecurity. You can walk in a place of confidence, in wholeness and healing, where you can walk into situations, and whether the outcome is great or not, you're great in the situation because you're walking in it in the fullness of who you're created to be. Identity is everything. So no pain, no gain. There is a truth in it. The challenge is we always take the things we like and walk through those pains so we can receive gains. The things we don't like, we avoid like the plague. What if you weren't doing that any longer? And that you were willing to walk through things because you understood who you are and you understood the benefit that you could gain from it. Not that I'm going to cheat or to try and get something over on somebody, but I'm going to be better coming out of it than I was going into it. You have it on the inside of you. Who am I? What benefit can I gain from this tough experience I'm willing and going to walk through? You have it on the inside of you. You are so capable of walking through the awkward things of life, the challenging circumstance and issues. And if you'll do it, and if you'll put yourself in a mindset, a thought process that says, I am who I'm created to be and I'm going to gain benefit from it, I guarantee you will. What you focus on, you will receive. And in that place, you'll continue to be more and more of who you were created to be. Hey, I'm Mark, and I'm glad you're here at _freedom for life _. If you want to know how to do more of that, understand who you're created to be and have benefits in the situations, no matter how tough they are, you should sign up for our Life Mastery course, because it's built for people like you who are trying to find answers to those questions in their life. Down below, we have a website. We have the link to our website, the Life Mastery course we've created for you. That's a step-by-step method to help you to understand who you're created to be so you can have the life you're created for and overcome everything that's standing in the way, including those awkward situations. You should sign up today, because it is going to transform your life, change your life forever. Check out the link down below, or DM me on Facebook and Instagram, and we can figure out if it makes sense for us to be coaching you in that program. But do me a favor also, since you're already here, you might as well hit the like button and let us know something is resonating with you. Put a comment down below. Let us know of a tough situation you walked through and the benefits you gained from it. Share this with somebody you know who kind of avoids the tough things in life sometimes and who could maybe use this kind of encouragement. And if you do nothing else, do me this favor: dominate your day.